My son was 14 and a half years old. We had been under CAMS and various agencies for 5 years. Josh was angry, violent, and he stole things. He would regularly trash the house and was very close to permanent exclusion from school. We were at a loss as to how else we could help him because he was now refusing to engage with all agencies and his mental health continued to decline. We were referred to Every Child Needs a Mentor through our early help worker, and we knew it was our son's last chance for help. As parents, we feared for his future and what he would become and what would happen to him. From the moment we first met Herman and Josh's mentor Sean, they had obviously taken the time to find out about our son and who he was as a person. They never saw him as his diagnosis or the troubled teen he was. They saw him as the footy mad boy who was desperate to change and who aspired to become a PE teacher or a chef. From the very first session, we noticed the change. He began to smile, laugh. His self-esteem grew with each session, and he actually enjoyed going to each appointment. He began doing his homework without being asked, and his emotional maturity grew. We as parents also learned to look past his diagnosis and to continue to nurture the person our son has now become. We are blown away with the transformation that has happened, and we know our son and ourselves have the skills to continue the work that Herman and Sean have provided. Josh's future looks bright, and we know he will succeed in anything he wants to. More importantly, Every Child Needs a Mentor have given us our son back, and for that, we can never thank Herman and Sean enough. Parents. That's a letter from a parent that we had worked with. We had worked with their son. They was at the end of their wits, as you can hear in the letter. And he turned around from us working with him for 6 weeks. Now, for me, I would like you to reflect on this. Imagine if children were seen for who they could be rather than the mistakes they have made. And this is why I created asset-based mentoring. So my name's Herman Stewart, and I'm the mentor's mentor, and I'm the founder of Every Child Needs a Mentor, author of Every Child Needs a Mentor, with 20 years mentoring and training mentors internationally. I've got the experience of being invited to governmental roundtables. I'm 2-time Mentor of the Year award winner, podcaster, and I'm passionate about the transformation of young people. What is asset-based mentoring? Asset-based mentoring is focusing on strengths, not deficits, focusing on the positive, not the negative, focusing on their potential, being able to speak belief, being able to support growth, being able to recognize that children have got treasure within them, they've got value within them, and it's about how can we build their confidence and their connection with themselves and their connection with the mentor. And when you're working with a young person and you're looking at it from an asset-based perspective, what is very important is the language, because your language is different. Your language is not about fixing or saving. Your language is about aspiring and inspiration and motivation and encouragement. The language is about helping and supporting and not assuming that there's mistakes, not assuming that there's failure, not assuming that there's something to be fixed. So when we think about asset-based, it's about thinking of values. It's a thinking about what is the children, what's the value within the children, what is valuable about this young person's personality, what is valuable about what they could become. And it's like when you come from that optimistic perspective, you provide confidence and you give children something to move forward and to go to the next level in their development and in their lives. What is the problem? The problem, most mentoring is behavior management. It's not even mentoring. So let me give you an example. When you think about sports and you think about music and you think about law and you think about politics and you think about, even in the education sector, you think about teachers and you think about different people in different walks of life. When they have a mentor, they have a mentor because they're good, they've got talent, and someone has seen the potential within them and they want to nurture it. Now, in education, in a lot of educational settings, mentoring is given to young people when they have not done well, and it is around causing them to behave. So really, it's not mentoring, it's behavior management, and it does stigmatize those who receive mentoring, and those children that get mentored, a lot of times they don't even want to be seen going with their mentor, or they don't want to be seen going to their mentor's office, or they might need to have mentoring, but they look at the different children that have been getting mentored and they think, I'm not like those children, I don't need the help that they need, so I don't need mentoring. So it's almost like mentoring has been given a wrong perspective, or mentoring has been given a wrong way that people look at it. It's not providing the accurate way that people should look at mentorship, as it's about helping people to flourish. It's about helping people to be nourished in their personality. It's about helping them to discover who they are. And young people feel like they're not doing well when they're being mentored in an organization that the culture of mentoring is a negative deficit model. And the way that you can find out what the culture is of your organizational mentoring program is by looking at what is the commonality between all the people that are being mentored. What is the common link between the children that see a mentor? If all of the link is about the children that are not doing well, or they're underperforming, or they're not progressing, that will be the culture of your organizational mentoring process. The solution is start with strengths. Like, someone may not be doing well. Like, I'm not naive. I understand that some children that are going to be mentored, they're going to be mentored because something is not as well as it could be. I do understand that. And even when I speak to children and I start to mentor them, I'm not naive and I'm not dismissive. But I do not frame our mentoring session in a way of I'm here to fix them or I'm here to mend what is broken. I will more speak about I'm here to help you to become the best version of yourself. And when I speak to children, and even when they come into the mentoring session and they think there must be something wrong with me, I will turn that on its head and I will say, the reason that you're being mentored is because you've got great potential and there's something that's right with you. And I want to spend time with you and I want to help you to be able to access your genius. And I want you to understand what you could be and what you could become. And then they start to see the benefit and they start to see the potential and they start to see the advantage of having a mentor. So I want to give you 3 tips and some practical steps of how you can start being more asset-based focus. And you can do this within your workplace, or you can do this as a parent with your children. First, focus on the positive. Focus on what they're doing well. Sometimes when we're trying to correct someone, we can go straight to what they're doing wrong and we can beeline on that, and we can just have a greater emphasis on what they're not doing. That can hinder their potential, that can hinder their self-esteem, that can make them be closed off to the potential of having the support that you're going to provide. So make sure that you focus on the positive first and then look at what you want to help them to improve in. The next thing is look for what is good. You have to be really intentional, because we work in and we live in a negative world. Do you know what I mean? If you think about the news, you think about a lot of different things that we're seeing in society. We're just hearing the worst about society, or we're hearing the worst about people, or we're hearing the worst about situations. So a lot of times we naturally will go towards the worst. So we have to be really intentional to look for what is good. And when you look for what is good, you will find what is good. And there's so much good that can be found in children. There's so much beauty, so much amazing potential and possibilities in them. So look for that. And the next thing is provide support to help them. Let's be honest. Even as adults, we need mentors. Even as adults, we need someone that can point us in the right direction. You know, that can be friends, that can be managers, that can be mentors and coaches. We need someone that can direct us into the right way. So think about children. Children are at a place really that they are just learning. They're at the start of their learning journey. So they need the support. So they don't need the criticism. They don't need that you keep pointing out the things that are not right. Yeah, they need to know where they could improve, and they need to know that they could do better. But also not just tell them about what's not good, but share how they can get there and help them with it. So when I think about this session, and I think about asset-based mentoring, I think about you in your society, you in your community, in your family, in your home, in your workplace. I want you to take this task and think about one child and find out about a strength that you've noticed in that child or young person, and tell them and make them aware of what you have identified. This is something that would help you to start changing your mindset to seeing the positive in your child, and seeing the goodness in your child, and seeing the greatness in your child. And if you could share this message with someone who believes in potential, you know, you might have a friend that is parenting and they might be finding it difficult, or they're not getting the best out of their child, or they're thinking that their child don't want to do well. Give them this video, share it with them, because they could then understand how they could get the most out of children. So I just want to leave you with this message. Every child already carries something valuable. Our role is to help them to see it. Our role is to help them to believe in themselves. A lot of children are already going through trauma. They've already had traumatic experiences. A lot of times they've had traumatic experiences because of their parents. You know, when parents go through traumatic experiences, the children just naturally experience what the parent has gone through. So let's lift them up and let's cause them to rise. And let's recognize that the asset-based way of mentorship is the best way. Thank you for taking the time for watching this video. And I hope that you will join me next week as I share something else about mentoring. Take care.